Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Hope and Coffee. I actually almost introduced it like it was the podcast that I'm part of because I just recorded an episode of that yesterday. However, it is me, and I am with my coffee and having a really pretty good day. But I feel like I haven't kind of done some recording in a minute because it truly has been about a week and a half because I have been out of town for a work-related trip as well as visiting some family. And so this is my first time in I would say about 10 days that I've gotten to sit down and check in with everyone, check in with how you're doing, and just kind of share some things that I've wanted to discuss and things of that nature. So I actually have quite a few topics, so you'll probably see in the next couple days or what have you, quite a roll of episodes getting dropped. I think I missed a few days because I forgot to schedule some for different days, so I apologize if you were looking forward to those. However, today is a little bit of what I would call a pup date. So it's a little bit about Argos and about just kind of sharing a little bit about what's been going on with him. And honestly, it's not the greatest news, but it's not terrible news. I think it's manageable news. So that is the key point to remember, is that I think it's manageable news, and I think that we've got ways we can address his situation. So Argos actually turns 11 this year, and his birthday is coming up in really about 2 weeks. So his 11th birthday is in about 2 weeks. And I noticed right before my work trip that he was starting to drink a lot of water, wasn't really eating a ton of food, and was just not really finishing his little treats that I would leave for him when I would go to work. And just kind of seemed a little more stressed than usual. Wasn't really acting a lot different, still kind of romping and playing, wasn't really lethargic in any excessive manner. If anybody knows Argos, then they kind of know he's already a little bit of a lazy potato, but he has his little moments of zoomies. So I was kind of basing it on his normal level and whether he was more or less, being active in those capacities. So when I would take him outside, could he still go up the stairs or down the stairs? Did he still want to roll in the grass? Those sorts of things. So I was kind of tracking it for about a week before I took him to his vet that he's been going to for now about 2 years. And when I took him to the vet, they went ahead and did some blood work. And at first they were pretty positive. They're like, well, he seems pretty good. They checked his teeth. They said everything looked good with his teeth. So they didn't think it was any sort of dental issue preventing him from wanting to eat, which I thought was pretty good. They said that in the course of the fact that we had come about a month ago and just did his routine annual vaccinations, he had lost about 2.5 pounds. However, I really wasn't worried about that either because we had actively been trying, or I had actively been trying, he was begrudgingly trying to lose weight because I knew he was fairly thick. He's a hefty little boy and had put on a little bit of weight over the past few years. So I was actively working to manage his weight a little better, to start getting it in better control. So he had lost about 2.5 pounds, which I was pretty happy about. And even the vet was pretty happy about that as well. So they did some blood work and kind of looked him over, took a couple samples of different things, checked him out. They said everything was looking okay, but they were going to try to rule a few things out with the blood test. So I left him with my mom and went to my conference, and I kind of gave her the whole little spiel, the whole little rundown, and she's real good about kind of knowing to letting me know. And we've had dogs for most of my life growing up, so I know she's very attentive when it comes to her grandpup. So I had no kind of issues or hesitations with kind of leaving him at her house where I knew he would be very well taken care of. So no issues while he was there. I think he did overdrink some water once and kind of spit up on the bed a little bit, but it's kind of like what happens when you just drink too much too fast and you kind of get an air bubble. So he did do that once, but again, nothing I was really concerned about. Coming along Thursday, and I'm still at my conference, the vet calls me and they want me to come back in with him for additional testing because it's looking like he is trending toward diabetic. And there is also something going on with his liver enzymes. And so they're not fully sure yet what that meant. And so I go ahead and leave my conference Thursday afternoon and I make it back to where my mom is and take him to the first appointment that I can get on Friday morning. And we do some more testing. They do like a urinalysis and things like that. And we get the results on Saturday that he is now diabetic. And he does have something going on with his liver, but it could be something that's being affected by his blood sugars being off. So we go ahead and get him on some insulin. We get him on prescription dog foods. I start doing a whole bunch of research because that's one of the things that I was already starting to kind of think about as I was just kind of Googling like some of those symptoms of drinking the water and things of that nature. And yeah, so I was not super surprised, but was not super happy with that kind of sort of diagnosis either, but it's where we're at right now. I don't know if it's something that we can ultimately manage with just a really good diet where we can maybe get him off the insulin, but at this particular point, he is pretty much on insulin twice a day, and he is perking up. His appetite's slowly coming back, which I'm very happy about. And once we can get this balanced, we are going to start looking into the next, we're going to start doing another blood test to see about those liver enzymes, to try to rule out if he may have any other underlying issues as well. So everybody cross your fingers and and we're going to send all the positive vibes towards Argos. Because again, he's not really acting. He was the only thing I could really tell you that was different was that he started drinking quite a bit more water, and he also seemed to be less interested in food. So just make sure you're really paying attention to your fur loved ones, even your human loved ones, just all loved ones in general, is so very important. But our fur kids and our fur babies, they don't have those voices to really be able to tell us when something's going on or when they don't feel super great. So it's up to us to really kind of know them and know their mannerisms to be able to know when something doesn't seem right. I do think I caught some of this pretty early before he had too many negative side effects of kind of sliding into this. So happily, I think we're going to be able to manage it pretty well, but it is something that, I'm learning to kind of cope with. I'm not hesitant about giving him his shots because if he needs it, I will do it. And heck, I'll go into bankruptcy if I have to for this little man. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys a pupdate about Argos, my little potato man, and I'll try to bring him and show you guys. The thing is he's a little chunky man, so if I hold him up, he's going to take up the whole screen. He's just a little fluff ball. But until next time, I will see you all on the next page. Have a great one.